See, we're ready to rock and roll.
Today is the day.
Today we're going to find a diamond in the rough, right in that pile there.
Okay, you got two guys to shovel. You get the metal detector. Billy, if you can scrape that off.
They're our team. They're our team.
What is that?
This looks like it's part of a tool.
95 feet down. That's how deep the team went in the garden shaft when they hit something. Not treasure, not wood, but a clue that an insider says has sent shockwaves through the entire operation. This discovery is the reason Season 12 is unlike any other. For years, the story has been about the money pit, but now all eyes are on this new zone. It connects to a strange stone path in the swamp, a mysterious underground chamber, and even a massive cavern 160 feet below. The search has been completely redefined, and it all started at 95 feet, below the waterline. Many people are crazy about the Oak Island mystery, but the thing nobody tells you is that the biggest discoveries often happen by complete accident. For years, the focus of the Lagina brothers and their dedicated team has been the legendary Money Pit, a supposed cache of unimaginable treasure that has baffled searchers for over 2 centuries. But as Season 12 gets underway, an insider has revealed that the entire focus of the operation has shifted, all thanks to a series of shocking events in a different location entirely. The garden shaft. You see, the garden shaft was always considered important, a historic searcher shaft believed to be in close proximity to the original money pit.
It's an enormous amount of material. I wish we had more time to search.
The plan was simple: dig down, intercept the treasure tunnel, and solve the mystery. But Oak Island is never that simple. The team, armed with state-of-the-art drilling equipment, pushed deeper into the earth than ever before, past 80 feet, then 90. At an incredible 95 feet, deep in the crushing darkness, they found something that stopped them in their tracks: mysterious metal fragments. This wasn't the scattered debris they were used to. These were hints of something solid, something constructed. The excitement in the war room was electric. This was it, the moment they had been waiting for. But as they prepared to investigate further, the island fought back. A powerful storm, a classic Nova Scotian nor'easter, rolled in and completely flooded the garden shaft. It was a devastating setback, a heartbreaking moment that seemed to put an end to their progress. But not all things are what they seem. In addressing the flood and pumping out the gallons upon gallons of murky water, they made a discovery that would blow the entire mystery wide open. While working to stabilize the flooded shaft, they stumbled upon an unexpected hidden chamber right next to it. At 65 feet deep, this secret room was completely covered by ancient wooden timbers, perfectly preserved in the oxygen-deprived soil.
With that, I think we can transition to our favorite spot, the money pits. So let's go there.
This was no natural cavern. It was man-made, deliberately hidden, and located right beside their main area of operations. It had been there the whole time, a silent witness to their decades of searching. The implications were staggering. Was this part of the original depositor's master plan? An access tunnel? Or perhaps an observation room? The discovery of this chamber wasn't the only shocking revelation. Wooden fragments recovered from deep within the shaft before the flood were sent for carbon dating. The results came back and they were a bombshell. The wood dated back to sometime between 1631 and 1684. This wasn't from the original searchers in 1795. This was much, much older, placing the construction firmly in the 17th century and lending new weight to the theory that Sea Captain William Phips, famous for recovering treasure from a Spanish galleon, may have used Oak Island to hide his own fortune. The garden shaft was no longer just a path to the money pit. It was a treasure in its own right, a time capsule from an era long before the mystery officially began. The team had found a piece of a much larger puzzle, an underground complex that was far more sophisticated than anyone had dared to imagine. It proves that the original builders were master engineers, capable of creating complex structures deep underground that could withstand the test of time. Think about it. Creating a hidden chamber 65 feet down next to another shaft, all without modern technology, is a feat that borders on the impossible. The level of planning and resources required is mind-boggling. This wasn't the work of a few pirates burying a single chest. This was a massive long-term project. The insider claims this discovery has forced the team to rethink everything. They are no longer just looking for treasure, they are uncovering a hidden history, a secret story of engineering and intrigue buried for nearly 400 years. The garden shaft has become the new heart of the mystery, and its secrets are only just beginning to surface. The team's next move could be their most important yet. Steps to nowhere. While the drama unfolded deep underground in the garden shaft, another team was making discoveries on the surface that were just as revolutionary. The swamp on the southern shore of Oak Island has always been an enigma. It's a man-made anomaly, a place where strange things have been found for decades. But now, an insider reveals that a feature long known to the team, an old stone path, is being seen in a completely new light, and it might just connect to the legendary Knights Templar. Metal detection expert Gary Drayton, along with Jack Begley and Billy Gerhardt, were tasked with re-examining this stone path in the southeastern marshland. For years, it was thought to be a simple road, perhaps built by early settlers, but the thing nobody tells you is that this path bears an uncanny resemblance to ancient Templar roads found in Portugal.
The construction style seems hurried, and it also seems like an older style.
This isn't just a random theory, it's based on hard evidence. The construction style, the materials used, it all points to a European origin, and specifically to a group with the knowledge and resources to undertake such a massive project. The theory goes that the Knights Templar, after being disbanded in the 14th century, used their vast fleet and wealth to transport their holy relics, perhaps even the Ark of the Covenant or the Holy Grail, to a secure location far from the grasp of European kings. Oak Island, with its strategic location and easily defendable shores, would have been the perfect hiding place. The stone path, therefore, wasn't just a road, it was a ceremonial causeway, used to transport something of immense value from a ship to its final resting place. As the team cleared away more of the swampy terrain, the discovery became even more incredible. They found that the path seemed to lead to a large, oddly placed boulder. Next to this boulder were more rocks, laid out like a set of steps leading up to it. Rick Lagina himself, upon seeing the arrangement, was adamant that it was too deliberate, too perfect to be a random act of nature. This was a marker, a signpost pointing the way to something big. But the swamp had even more secrets to give up. As they continued their search, they uncovered wooden planks beneath the mud, suggesting a more complex and purposeful design. It looked like they were uncovering not just a road, but the remains of a large structure, perhaps a wharf or a landing area. This theory was solidified when they unearthed a massive hand-forged chain and hook, along with the remnants of a barrel. It was the kind of equipment used on old sailing ships for hauling cargo, confirming that this area of the swamp was once a busy landing spot for vessels arriving from afar. The discoveries also echoed the work of the legendary Oak Island researcher Fred Nolan. In 1981, Nolan had found a series of large, strategically placed boulders on the island that formed a perfect cross, with the intersection point aimed directly at the money pit area. When the team found another one of these large rocks in the swamp, it looked remarkably similar to the ones Nolan had documented. Rick began to wonder if it was all connected, if Nolan's cross and the stone path were part of the same giant symbolic map laid out across the entire island. The Knights Templar were known for their use of sacred geometry and symbolism in their architecture. It's not a stretch to believe they would have done the same thing on Oak Island, creating a puzzle that could only be solved by those who understood their secrets. The swamp is no longer just a swamp, it's a crime scene, a historical site that is finally giving up the ghosts of its past. The team believes they are literally following in the footsteps of the Templars, and the path they are on is leading them straight to the money pit. Aladdin's treasure. Two separate yet connected searches into the deepest parts of Oak Island are converging on one incredible theory: that a sacred vault, possibly a hidden chapel, lies buried far beneath the surface. You see, the treasure on Oak Island might not be gold and silver, but something far more valuable and controversial.
How far back?
They could go back to the 1650s.
The first part of this deep earth hunt centers on Borehole H8, a site that has tantalized the team for years. Terry Matheson and Charles Barkhouse have long believed that H8 is the key to finding this underground chapel vault. Their belief is rooted in past discoveries made at the site, incredible finds like fragments of parchment and pieces of old leather book bindings. These aren't the remnants of pirate loot, they are the remains of sacred texts or historical documents of immense importance. The insider reports that in Season 12, Rick Lagina's excitement about H8 reached a fever pitch. He noticed that the soil around the site was disturbed in a very specific way, an indicator that they were incredibly close to the hidden structure. This new observation, combined with a recent find that eerily echoed a discovery made back in 2019, has boosted the team's morale to an all-time high. They believe they are on the verge of breaking into the vault. The soil itself is telling a story. It's unusually dense and mixed with mortar, a clear sign of a well-preserved structure or object buried nearby. The presence of mortar suggests a sophisticated building, something designed to last for centuries, perfectly aligning with the theory of a vault built to protect priceless religious artifacts. They are digging not just into the ground, but into a history that could rewrite everything we know about the pre-Columbian discovery of North America. While the team at H8 carefully drills down, another operation is exploring a known but still mysterious location 160 feet underground, a massive cavern nicknamed Aladdin's Cave. This vast empty space was discovered in a previous season, but its true purpose remained unknown. Now, armed with advanced cameras and sonar scanners, the team has returned to map every inch of this subterranean world. The new scans have revealed something astonishing. The geologist on the team, Terry Matheson, noted that the cavern floor is not flat. Instead, it's a muddy, sharply sloping surface. This is a crucial detail. Why? Because a sloping floor is the perfect design to allow heavy objects, like treasure chests, to slide down and collect at the bottom, hidden beneath centuries of mud and sediment.
One of the greatest pleasures of my life.
The connection between H8 and Aladdin's Cave is what makes this so compelling. What if the chapel vault at H8 is not the final destination? What if it's merely an entrance, a gateway to the much larger cavern below? The team is exploring the possibility that the depositors built a chapel as a sacred entrance, and from there, lowered their precious cargo into the massive cavern for safekeeping. Marty Lagina, upon seeing the new sonar scans, was said to be amazed by the age and craftsmanship of the cavern, while Rick saw it as a major turning point. The presence of significant metal deposits in the area only adds to the theory that something of immense value is resting at the bottom of that muddy slope. They are piecing together a complex, multi-level deposit system that is more ingenious than anything they could have imagined. The whispers from the deep are getting louder, and they are telling the team exactly where to look next. For more than 200 years, the story of Oak Island has been confined to pirates, Templars, and British naval engineers. But what if the island's true history is far older, far more complex, and involves cultures from all over the world? Many people are crazy about a simple treasure hunt, but an insider claims that Season 12 is proving Oak Island wasn't just a hiding spot, it was a historical meeting point, a crossroads for the ancient world. The proof is in the artifacts. Over the years, the island has given up a diverse and baffling collection of objects that simply don't belong together. The team has found everything from a 14th century lead token suggesting a medieval European presence to Venetian glass beads from the 15 and 1600s pointing to trade routes that stretched across the Atlantic long before they were thought to exist. These small artifacts, pieces of pottery, and old metal tools are more than just curiosities. They are rewriting history in real time. They paint a picture of a bustling community on the island, a place of trade and interaction centuries before the official discovery of the New World. It suggests that knowledge of this island and whatever it holds was shared among a secret network of explorers and societies. But perhaps the most mind-blowing discovery connecting these disparate threads comes from a simple soil sample. A strange concrete-like material was found in the foundation of a structure on Lot 5. At the same time, a similar ancient mortar was discovered in the Money Pit area. With each new discovery, the story gets stranger. What do you think is the ultimate truth buried on the island? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more incredible mysteries.